Okay, so I think the easiest way of me explaining cosmetic repair is really just have a quick look at this image that I've just got in my folder, which is, it really sort of sets out really what typically can happen to many of us, unfortunately. If we just have a quick look at this picture here, I'll just zoom in a little bit so we can see. I mean, all too often, I'm not sure where you shop, whether you're an Asda person or a Waitrose or a Sainsbury's, but I don't know, car park spaces seem to be forever getting smaller and cars seem to be getting bigger, and I have to say people seem to be forever getting clumsier, and all too often you see people open their car doors against somebody else's, or worse, yours, or they're really wayward with their trolleys. I mean, it doesn't have to be car parks, it can be anything really that can cause external body damage, sort of scuffs on paintwork, this kind of stuff that you can see just here. But you only need to get a little mark on a car, particularly if it's on a swage line, one of these little sort of lips here, or it crosses over on two panels, because you see, you get a scuff there. They don't just paint, just that panel. They have to blend it across another panel as well. Sometimes those repairs can be really, really expensive. So what this cosmetic does is it looks at this damage here and kind of says, well, look, is it within the length of 30 centimetres or 300 millimetres or a foot, length of a piece of paper, 12 inches? Provided it is within that length and it's no deeper than 3 millimetres, as we can sort of just sort of see here, then what they will do is they will put your car back to factory standards with a lifetime guarantee on the repair, which is really, really good. So basically, all of the downward panels on cars, so you can see all these downward panels here, all the blue ones, they would all effectively be covered by the sort of the 30 centimetre, 3 millimetre deep rule, which is really, really good, because you get plenty of cover there. What they don't cover is things like the glazing here, the glass, and the sort of the wheels and bits and pieces. This is really just body repair. Now you might notice that some of the panels in the car are orange, and those are what we call the horizontal panels, the flat panels. And on the flat panels, you see they're a lot less susceptible to actually getting scratches and scuffs because they're up and out the way. But you do sometimes get sort of stone chips and bits and pieces. So if you do get a stone chip that sort of goes onto the sort of horizontal panels, providing it doesn't exceed sort of 1.5 millimetres wide and no more than 3 millimetres deep, then they'll put those right as well, which is really, really good. Now if you do make a claim, it definitely isn't arduous, because excuse me, what happens is you download an app, you effectively open it up and pop your details in. I think it just really wants your name and registration number, and straight away it will recognise that it's you. So you can literally do this straight away in minutes on an app. You don't have to. You can phone them up if that's what you'd prefer to do. That's no worries at all. You basically, on the same application, you can see here there are little symbols for a camera. You just tap it, so it goes to the camera version of your phone. You give it a quick snap, upload it, and then straight away your insurance company will go to the claims department, and they'll look at it and assess it, and come out and get the repair done for you. What's really good is that those repairs can be done at a location of your choice. So if you want us to come to your house, they'll do it there. If you want to do it at your work, they'll do it there. If neither of those two are acceptable and you'd rather bring it to us, we'll do that for you. There's no worries at all. Just bring it down here, we'll get it done. You have to contact them, you can have it repaired on our premises. But you do get loads and loads of potential repairs. Hopefully you don't get any, but if you do, you can have up to 18 claims over 3 years. So you'd have to go some to effectively get that done. So it's very, very good. Well, that's why it's 5-star de facto rated, so it's really at the top of its class in terms of levels of protection. Now what's really, really good is we also provide these little documents called insurance product information documents, and all they really do is they set out what are the main things that are insured and what are the main things that are excluded from the policy. So a lot of the things you would kind of expect to be excluded. So if you've got a scratch or a scuff that's greater than a foot or 30 centimetres, it's not going to be covered. If you've ripped the panel or bent the panel, that's obviously an insurance repair. You know, if you know, you've got a bit of sort of pitting or discoloration that just naturally occurs, that wouldn't be covered. So there's a few little things in there certainly that you know, that there are exclusions on, but likewise there's an awful lot of inclusions here, which is sort of sets out, you know, some of the terms for those as well. And actually just, you know, looking at it in complete detail in terms of all the sort of easy stuff to look at, like where are you covered in the UK, what are your obligations if you have to make a claim. This document sets it all out, so you're more than sort of happy to sort of read that. Have a little look through it. We do give you, a bit later on when we do the numbers and bits and pieces, we do sort of give you an illustration on what the costings work out at, because they do depend slightly on sort of what car it is. But you can have a little look at it and just decide if it's, you know, something you want to sort of protect yourself with. And then we move on.